Greetings, Earthlings! Before we start exploring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, wherever you're listening. It helps more people find the show and supports our mission of making science accessible to everyone. You're here with DJ Stellar Cloud. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to the Exploring Your Universe radio show. Exploring Your Universe is UCLA and LA County's largest science fair, and guess what? We cost $0 to fully enjoy the over 60 booths, many guest speakers, and other amazing opportunities. I hope to not knock on wood, but we may have a aquatic vehicle this year, and everybody should come check that out. Anyway, you're listening to DJ Stellar Cloud and
DJ SupernoVAL.
DJ SupernoVAL, aka Val, is one of my friends from the Earth, Planetary, and Space Sciences department, but more excitingly, she became a doctor this year, right?
Fall.
Oh, in fall? This academic year. It
Yes.
went by so quickly. And she has amazing news about her current career status, if you want to share that.
Sure. So it's been a work in progress and it finally happened, but I'm officially now public education specialist for our department at EPSS.
Yay!
And yeah, I'm super excited about that.
What's so funny is that you've always occupied that space in my mind because you were my orientation teacher. So when you become a grad student at UCLA, you take a quarter-long sort of orientation class taught to you by some of the more senior grad students, and Val was my teacher. So I learned how to be a EPSS student from DJ SupernoVAL. And I'm so glad that you get to pass that on to the next generation. What are some things that you're going to be doing in that position?
Yeah, so it'll be teaching half-time, some quarters, and then the rest of the time I'm working with recruitment, outreach, and then apart from that, it's kind of like a joint EPSS/NASA NEO Surveyor project. So I'm working with our, newish faculty member, Amy Meinzer, who works on the mission, which is, she's the PI for the Near Earth Object Surveyor mission. And so I'll be doing education and public outreach for that as well.
Awesome. Amy is super cool, and last November she hosted a movie screening for a movie that she helped advise, and so we're hoping that this year we can maybe screen that movie again or see what her current projects are.
Yeah, it's so cool. I actually didn't know how big of a big deal she was.
She's a big deal.
She's so cool. Yeah, I got to go to a science meeting in June.
For NEO Surveyor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I got to meet all the scientists and learn all about what they're doing for the mission, which is meant to be launching soon.
I would be so starstruck. I do get to sit next to Emerson Whitaker, though, who is, I would say, tangentially related and very cool, and that's how I feel every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, the science is amazing.
Yes, we love Emerson.
Anyway, so back in the day when you were still a grad student, I guess almost a year ago now, you were the president of the EPSS Family Mentorship Program, and you ran the EYU booth for this program. Tell us a little bit about that booth.
Oh yeah, so that's always a chaotic, fun booth.
You had the craziest line.
Yes. So what we do is, it's called Stratigraphy in a Jar, and we're meant to be showing Steno's laws, so different laws of how rocks or sediment is deposited. And so we give everyone that stops by a little jar that they can fill with different colored sands. And so yeah, it's really cool. Everyone gets to take theirs home. Super fun. Last year, actually, we paired up. So DJ, who's another grad student and has been here on the podcast before, shout out DJ.
Yes, DJ squared.
Yeah. We submitted an application to do a grant through NASA Scope, and we got it. And through that, we got to do some science talks at different community colleges. But then our last event was kind of culminating it at EYU. And so, yeah, we paired up with experts from NASA that they came and they brought, they helped us fund it.
Awesome.
So we were able
love
to
funding.
we were able to get science kits to give away. And so it was
really?
it was an even crazier booth last year.
Yeah. Well, when I got there, the line was wrapped around the block, and I stole you for a second to take a photo with you. But your booth is always one of the most popular because it's one of the few that has a souvenir. And it's a very colorful souvenir.
Yes.
What is your favorite color of sand?
Oh, I love turquoise.
Okay.
So it's either turquoise or black. Those are my favorite colors.
Dang. That is really fun. Which color of sand is the most popular and runs out first?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably, okay, I want to say blue, but then we've had a box of blue sand from for research purposes that was just in our office.
Oh,
and so we always ended up with blue anyways because that's all that was left over. So yeah, I don't know.
So I guess it works out.
Yeah.
What are you hoping that the kids learn when they visit your booth?
one, how cool rocks are, and two, how like literally any of us, right, could be driving down the freeway and sometimes you see a road cut and you see that there's layers, and sometimes those layers are like in swirls or like bends or you know, things have been faulted. And so it's just like a reminder that our rocks, our earth, our crust is moving, and that like everyone, you know, we're all living on earth. And so yeah, just to make people aware of plate tectonics and rocks.
That's really funny because our past 2 episodes with DJ Snowball Garnet and DJ Size have both been about looking at like fault lines and detecting earthquakes using geological history. So I actually know enough now to like understand what you're saying. But that's really cool. So perhaps next time you're stuck on the 405, look out to your left and right if you're the passenger and notice the stratigraphy in LA. What were some of your like memorable experiences or like things that the kids learned or you saw them have an aha moment while at your booth?
Well, sometimes we'll have the students, right? And like usually, well, not the students, but the visitors, guests, they'll be filling up their sands, and so you could see the layers, but sometimes they'll like shake it up. And we'll be like, oh, okay, you're like kind of defeating the purpose of like, you know, your stratigraphy. But then we can get into like, oh, well, you know, once you apply pressure or, you know, heat, then you create a metamorphic rock and that'll mix up all of your minerals. And so
the point is not to shake them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just supposed to be like building a sedimentary rock.
Yeah.
And then some of them start shaking it anyway. Okay. If I've learned anything from this podcast, it's that kids will destroy every single booth possible. So I always thought that your booth was like indestructible, but it actually still is.
Yeah. No, and it's been a lot of learning throughout the years, right? So the first time we ran out pretty early. So
like, sand and bottles?
Yeah. Specifically sand at first. The second time around, I think I bought bottles that were too big. So we ran out of sand again.
Yeah.
And then this last time, we had plenty of sand, but the bottles were too big, and so it was taking too long for guests to like fill them out, and so that's probably why our line are extra long. No,
the line's extra long because everybody who wants to meet DJ SupernoVAL and you're just so cool. I was in line to meet DJ SupernoVAL. That's really fun though. Did you think of the idea for this booth?
I think so. I had to be, if not like, you know, EFMP as a whole, but it's been so many years, I can't remember who.
Wait, that's so funny. Well, I'm going to accredit it to you right now while we're speaking.
Okay, thanks.
But you did also found the EFMP, which was pretty incredible. You've won several awards for founding the EFMP. I've seen you win an outreach award, and your name is on the plaque in the EPSS Commons room.
No way.
Yeah, you didn't know?
No.
Wait, okay, you won some huge award in 2023, and your name is forever solidified on this plaque in the undergrad Commons room.
I did not know that.
That's so funny.
What? You need to show me.
I know. I will show it to you one of these days now that you're going to be around forever.
Well, hopefully. Well, maybe not. We know. For at least a year.
For at least 1 year. Okay, so EFMP stands for EPSS Family Mentorship Program, and it was your brainchild?
It was Akash, actually.
Oh,
Akash
yes.
Gupta. So him and Carolina, our former chair, talked about it, and then somehow we started talking about it. And so we kind of all joined together. And so it was basically, Akash and I are the co-founders. And for me, the reason behind doing it was because as an undergrad, I guess sometimes it felt like there was a disconnect between grad students and undergrads.
Yeah.
And also as a transfer student, you like come in, you hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's so fast.
Yeah, so you have to like immediately like try to join research and get all your classes done and get everything done in 2 years. And so I felt there was like a little of a lack of mentorship. And so here at UCLA, I wanted to like help bridge that gap. And so that's kind of how it started.
So what consists of a family? What does a family consist of? Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay. So a family is basically, it's kind of like I think you mentioned this, like a sorority. I think one of the first times we talked about it.
Yeah.
Like a sister.
It is a little silly because in sororities, we normally have big sisters adopting little sisters and so on and so forth. And you have this very long line. Mine ended the other day, actually. All of my youngest generations deactivated or didn't get a little sister, so I'm a little bit sad about that. But
no.
Anyway, the family system.
Yes. Okay. So it's basically a lower division undergrad, a higher upper division undergrad, first through third year grad student, and a senior grad student, all paired up within a family based on academic interest or even just like, you know, fun interests. And so the whole point of it is that they can mentor each other, like all along the way. And so, yeah, we kind of started it during COVID because we didn't have that.
We were missing the community aspect. I say we, but I wasn't here yet.
Yeah. No, but I think everybody did, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere. So. Yeah,
I was definitely doing similar things at my home institution as well. So it's really great that y'all have done that, and it's still alive and kicking today. It's doing extremely well. I'm in a family that still meets in the summer. I actually just remembered right now that I did take over this organization, and I'm also the president of the EFMP now.
Yay! I'm so glad you did, because I didn't know who else, was going to take it over.
I was looking around the department, and I was like, I know people are, like, expecting this of me, because we have the regular student organization as well, and I was getting nominated for that, and I was like, I think there's better candidates for that, because I have to take over the EFMP. Like, I'm not letting this die out. Yeah. But it's doing great, and honestly, I'm the senior grad student now, but I learned so much from the undergrads. It's quite wonderful. They share a lot of things with me. One of my undergrads is transferring out of geosciences and into nursing. And so I've just learned a lot about, like, nursing from her, and it's really cool.
That's so awesome.
So mentorship and teaching is really important to you, and you've sort of carried it along now. You taught me at orientation, you were the leader of EFMP, and then now into your current position. What about mentorship makes it, like, so appealing to you?
I think it's just, like, the giving back aspect of it. I guess if I've ever been in a position where I felt like, I didn't know what I was doing or alone, like, I guess I don't want others to feel the same way. And it's like, if I have this knowledge, like, why am I going to, like, gatekeep it, right? I'd rather just share it and help everybody else. So that's, I think, where it stems for me and why it's so important.
That is really nice. Were there any really meaningful mentors in your life that sort of, like, inspired you to carry on the torch?
1,000%.
I met some of them, so.
Yeah, and actually some that you didn't get to meet were more, like, even more influential to me. And I'm not trying to get emotional, but basically my grad student, one of my graduate students, the one that I did research with in undergrad.
So when you came here?
No, before.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I did Santa Barbara.
Yeah. So his name was Alex Johnson, and he is just, like, was just the best human on earth. So kind, so generous, like the best TA ever. He would go above and beyond for all of us, help get me into research and help me with my senior thesis. He was amazing.
Just as your TA?
Yeah.
Wow.
Grad student. He was doing his own things, had so many side projects, was just like a light in the department. And unfortunately he passed away in COVID due to a blood clot. Yeah, several blood clots or brain aneurysms. And so
that's terrible.
Yeah, PSA. Everyone check your blood pressure.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm so sorry to hear that. But I think it's really beautiful how you're carrying on Alex's torch, and I'm sure he's very proud of you. Because you have now been that person for so many of us, both grad students and undergrads in the department. Anyone else that you want to mention? Well,
my former advisor was also, he used to call himself a tough coach, but I learned so much from him.
Yeah.
And, Carolina, she's been so great and so supportive of not only me, but the rest of, the grad students that were around.
Yeah.
And even other grad students literally were each other's, like, support systems. So I'm so grateful for everyone that I've gotten a chance to meet and be around and has helped me, get my PhD.
Yeah. I just want everybody to know that DJ SupernoVAL's dissertation was one of the most well-attended dissertations I've ever seen. Usually, like 5 or 10 people go to these things. This one was bursting at the seams. It had like over 50 people. It was standing room only. I brought the cat. The Zoom room was getting full. It was just incredible. I cannot overstate how much of a light DJ SupernoVAL has been in our department.
Thank you.
We've hinted a little bit about that. You were at Santa Barbara before you came here. You were a transfer student. What was sort of your journey into STEM? How did you get interested in what you currently do?
Yeah, and I guess that kind of ties into why I'm so big on, like, mentoring and, like, outreach.
Yeah.
Because growing up, I grew up in a Hispanic household, and honestly, I thought I would, go to school, get a job, get some, like, office job, and, like, work in a desk forever. Didn't really know there was other options of, like, STEM or science or anything like that. And so then when I was taking classes at community college, I had to take a science course. And I didn't want to take any of the quote unquote hard math, physics, chemistry.
I'm scared of numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still scared of numbers, but you do it.
Yeah. But I took a geology of national parks class in community college. And so that kind of gave me this like spark moment, because when we were in high school, senior year, my friend was applying to colleges and she wanted to go to University of San Francisco. So during spring break, we took a road trip up to San Francisco. This was, okay, I'm gonna, about to date myself here, or age myself, whatever you call it.
Whatever.
Like 10 plus years ago. So I had this like GPS that was not the best.
The Garmin, like the little box?
Yeah.
I know about the Garmin.
Well, it was an old GPS system.
Yeah.
So it was like 5 of us. My friend's boyfriend at the time, he was like, oh, I want to go to Yosemite. And so from San Francisco,
you GPS'd it over. Like, not even MapQuest.
Dirty.
Like, no MapQuest printed out paper. Oh,
nothing.
My gosh. No.
It said it would take us 2 hours to get from San Francisco to Yosemite.
Me when I'm in a plane. Wait, that's so funny.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
And so we were 2 hours in, nowhere near Yosemite. And we're like, well, should we keep going? Do we go back? And we're like, already 2 hours in. What do we do? But, okay. So we just kept going. And so we finally get to Yosemite. We're driving down the road and you could see the waterfalls. And so we like pull off the side of the road and start hiking in towards a waterfall. And like, I'll never forget this, because you're like walking in like the middle of like the forest, and like the closer you get to the waterfall, you just feel the mist, and it was like so rejuvenating and fresh and like amazing, and like you have all these rocks.
Yeah.
And it was like this like aha moment when I was taking this geology of national parks class. We were talking about Yosemite. Like it kind of just like clicked in my brain, like, wow, like you can study this, like people do this for work. And so then But
you guys made it to Yosemite.
We did.
That's really impressive.
It took so long. And then from there we still drove back here to LA. Literally made it back at like midnight, who knows.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was taking an accounting class in the summer, right after I had taken that geology class.
Had you been considering accounting?
Yeah, I was doing business.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was doing the easy quote unquote science class.
Yeah.
So basically, I started as a business accounting major. And then my accounting professor, remember, he asked me, he's like, oh, well, what do you want to do? And so then I kind of responded like, well, if I could do like the geology side of or the business side of a geology company, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So then he goes, okay, well, why don't you talk to your professors and see what they think and blah, blah, blah. And I went and talked to my professor, who's amazing. Also a great mentor. And his name is Tor Lacy. But he was like, yeah, you should like research and, try and reach out to somebody and you could talk to whatever. And so I kind of stumbled across this Society of Women Engineers conference that was going to happen at the convention center.
Oh, yeah.
Got myself a ticket for the day. I went, and it was really cool because usually, I guess, in STEM, it's like a male-dominated field, specifically geosciences. 100%. It's literally the least diverse field.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I know. So look at us. Women in STEM, women in geosciences.
And that's the point of the podcast, just to say, like, we are here, we're regular people, this is what we do.
Yeah. And so it was really cool to see the flip side of it, because it was all women, 95% women presenting their research, talking about what they do, and it was really, really cool to see. So I was like, okay, I want to be a part of this world. And so then I fully switched into geology. And
Yay! Never looked back.
Nope. Had to take all of the hard physics, chemistry, and math courses, get them done, and then transfer to UC Santa Barbara. I was there for 2 years. It was an amazing time. And met so many cool people and had some great mentors that I still talk to today. And so, ended up applying for a master's at UCLA, actually. Because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Yeah. And since day one, my former advisor would be like, oh yeah, he would introduce me as his new grad or new PhD student. So since funny. Day one, it was kind of like meant to be.
Yeah. He was like, she's getting a PhD here. She doesn't know it yet. She's doing that.
Yeah. But that's kind of how I made it here. And 5.5 years later, got my PhD. blood, sweat, and tears, literally.
Wow. 5.5 years is kind of quick in our department. So congratulations.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit about what your dissertation was.
Yeah, so my dissertation is about how rocks that have garnets in them formed. They're basically trying to figure out how rocks that were once 20 kilometers beneath the surface are now exposed at the surface. What were the pressure, temperature, timing conditions under which these like formed and deformed, and yeah, trying to figure all of that out. So all I did for the 5 years that I was here, 5.5 years, was date rocks.
Yay. We love rock dating here. But these are specifically rocks with garnets in them?
Yes.
That's so funny. Is this related to what Kevin was talking about with the snowball garnets?
No.
Oh.
But I do have some snowball garnets.
Okay.
Basically, they're deformed garnets, and you can see like how they've been like rotated and stuff like that.
When he was describing it to me, it really sounded like the Cold Stone scooping of ice cream.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that sounds exactly like how the Cold Stone things scoop. I'm like really triggered by Cold Stone because I can't eat anything from there because there's nuts everywhere. But like, I like watching from outside.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, you were just telling me you were actually cleaning out your grad student desk today. I'm assuming you're getting an office upgrade?
I hope so.
But
there's still... Well, sorry.
No, keep going.
There's, I guess, a lot of incoming people. There's like a lack of space right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
We will talk about that off air because there was like a little occupancy meter installed into my office, and I was like, well, we could get more office mates because honestly Emerson and I don't take up every single chair in our office, but I was like, this is a little creepy.
Yeah.
Anyway, your desk was full of rock samples.
Yes.
Were these the rocks with the garnets in them, or
yes.
Okay, where'd you get them from? What are they?
Okay, so the Whipple Mountains is a mountain range in southeastern California, borderline Arizona. So if anyone's ever been to Lake Havasu,
oh yeah,
it's literally like, if you're in the river, I never went, but if you're in the river, you could probably see the mountain.
I've never been either. I just hear about their wet t-shirt contests.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure all of those people could see the mountains from there.
They've seen the mountains.
And so it's a kind of really remote area in the Mojave Desert. And those rocks, basically my whole research project or my whole PhD stemmed from me going as a grad student driver on a structural geology field trip. I just went along for the ride. And then during lunchtime, I was just kind of walking around and I stumbled across these rocks that had garnets in them. And yeah, my advisor was like, oh, I've never seen these before. Like, we should take some samples. And so... Interesting. Yeah. Picked some up and then did some thermodynamic analysis on them and figured out, like, the pressure, temperature conditions, which are much higher than previously reported. And so that kind of, like, led to my whole PhD. So
you literally stumbled into your thesis topic.
Yes.
That's crazy. You were like, I need to take a walk, need to get away from these undergrads. I've been driving them the whole day. And then you were like, oh, look, here's my thesis right on the ground.
Of course not. I love my undergrads. I'm joking. But yes.
Well, thank you for telling me because I actually missed your dissertation. I was trying to bring the cat in. I had Val's former advisor's cat with me and I was trying to sit in the front row and the cat would not stop meowing. Yes. So I had to take her back to my office. But this is really cool stuff, and you learned truths about, like, crust formation that other people didn't know before regarding pressure and temperature?
Yes. So, I guess pressure and temperature conditions that were previously reported were around 450 degrees Celsius and, like, 5 kilobars.
That's really hot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still pretty hot, yeah. But our, estimates showed that they were at about 750 degrees Celsius, under which they deformed. And like about 7-8 kilobars, which is definitely higher. And I think what happened was, like, back in the day there was a bunch of structural geologists that were out doing research and collecting rocks, but they were maybe more focused on the geology, like how things were, like, deformed. Well, not necessarily deformed, but like the structure of it. And so they weren't really paying attention to the metamorphism that was happening. And so now there's a lot more people looking into thermodynamic modeling and, like, basically going back to all of these places and getting better estimates now that we have better tools.
So were you more on, like, the measurement side or, like, the thermodynamic modeling side?
I did both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did everything. From going out to the field in the middle of nowhere and collecting like millions of samples.
Yeah.
To bringing them to the lab, analyzing them, doing modeling, that thermodynamic modeling on them.
Is it literally millions?
Well, I guess if you crush them up, yes.
Oh, yeah. But,
but no. Actually, I mean, I'll show you a video after of all of the rocks. And if anybody's, on campus, we have what they call the rock garden in like the France patio area. And so I just added my samples to the collection.
Okay, I didn't realize that those were like X samples. I thought it was like just put there naturally. That's so funny.
Yeah. I was gonna dump them. I was on my way to the dumpster, and then I ran to Dave Page, and he was like, "No," he's like, "Don't ever throw rocks out. Like, put them in the rock garden."
That's like, so funny. But you're more than welcome to send that video in, and we'll post it to the.
Oh my gosh.
We'll put it like after your flyers so people can slide and see the little visual.
Oh my gosh, I should have done it before and after.
Yeah, this will be really cute.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but I know a little bit about NEO Surveyor, and this stuff seemingly has very little to do with what NEO Surveyor is doing. Are you like moving fields?
Oh yeah, this is completely new to me. Now, like the outreach and mentoring and all of that stuff.
Yeah, you're a veteran at that.
Yeah, and so I'll be doing that, education, public outreach for kind of under the umbrella of NEO Surveyor and EPSS. But yeah, it's a completely new field to me. And so during the science meeting that I got to go to in June, I learned so much, got to meet the science team, the people that are literally building this telescope that's going to go up to space, hopefully in the next 2 years. And so, yeah, I learned so much. The Near Earth Object Surveyor mission is essentially going to go up to space and survey all of the asteroids that are out there in space, or most of them, as many as we can, that could potentially hit Earth or have the potential to come and hit Earth in the next 15, 20 years so that we could do something about it. And so it's kind of like part of the defense, national defense.
My DMs are full of this. Every time there's an asteroid that's headed toward us, many people are like, "Hey, local astronomer, what's going on?" Oh my gosh. And I'm always like, there's like a whole team of like really good scientists who are taking care of this. None of them are me. Yeah. But one of them's you now.
Well, kind of. Well, I'm learning about it. And so, yes.
That's really cool. And I think it just goes to show that, like, DJ SupernoVAL literally already has her PhD, but she's still going to go out and learn more science and be able to, like, slightly change fields and learn something new.
Yes. Kind of scary. And it's a lot, to take in. But, yeah, I'm excited.
Well, I think you're very prepared for our last question, which is everybody's last question. Imagine little DJ SupernoVAL. What would you be? DJ Protostar Val.
Oh my god, I love that.
At EYU, speaking to one of the adults. What would you have wanted to have heard from a volunteer?
Whoa. Yeah, that's a great question. And I think what I would have wanted to hear is that, like, just to be curious, like, continue to be curious. Like, yeah. I mean, all of science revolves around questions and curiosity. Yes. And literally, I guess it's not something that I thought about growing up. But now it's all I do. Yeah. And especially trying to, one, for my thesis, I try to make it as understandable to everyone, or, as many people as possible, which was kind of difficult. But
it is difficult. Yeah. I mean, this is a big reason why science is not understood by everybody. Yeah. It's really hard to write it in a way that people actually understand.
Yeah. And so now doing a lot more outreach and stuff, especially now, I guess, one of the projects that I'm working on right now is doing a teacher training workshop and basically trying to talk about the mission and like science to science teachers so that they could then bring it over to their students.
And these would be like K-12 students?
Yeah. And so how to get them to, I guess, do science and be interested in science and Earth specifically, because that's,
where we live.
Yes.
But it's hard to be interested in something that you don't understand.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I guess little me would have liked to know more about it, and like maybe I would have started sooner, but I am here now, and everyone's on their own timeline, and so, yeah.
And you're doing great now. But yeah, perhaps we should start sharing like science fun facts with the kids, like ones that they'll actually be super interested in. Like, hey, did you know that the rocks over there are probably full of like gemstones, like garnets and diamonds and stuff? Yeah. Like, I would have been interested in knowing things like that, because there's just so many things that as a kid you don't know where they come from.
And also every time, well, not every time, but a lot of the times when you see the like UCLA, the tours.
Oh yes, the Bruin tour guides. Yeah. I don't know what they're called either.
Okay, well,
they're like undergrads who work some number of hours giving tours to prospective students and other visitors.
Yeah. So they'll pass by the geology building and they'll be like, oh, there's a bunch of rocks in there and like some meteorites. And I'm just like, internally screaming because there's so much more. Our department does so much.
Yes.
And then we have so many cool instruments and things to use. Like, I never thought I would be using, $1 million instruments to date rocks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come check out our...
Millionaire dating.
Yes. But, yeah.
No, I think our department is so diverse in, subject matter and everything. It's crazy. And yeah, the tour guides just say, there's rocks in there. There's literally a T-Rex head in there.
Yeah.
Like, please at least change it to T-Rex head.
Oh, yeah. I also teach the dinosaurs class. So there's that.
That's right. So you all may see DJ SupernoVAL if you're going to be a student in dinosaurs in fall or spring.
Yes.
Dang, that's a busy class. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners?
Yeah, thank you for having me. And yeah, just to come check out our department.
Yeah.
It's super interdisciplinary, and it's really cool, and geology rocks.
Something just occurred to me.
Yeah.
Since you're still around, you can come to UIU this year.
Oh yeah, I will. I will have a booth there.
Yes, you're gonna have a booth. Is it the stratigraphy in a jar booth?
Nope.
Oh no.
That's gonna be you, Megan.
Okay, first of all, I'm not running the stratigraphy in a jar booth. I'm gonna be busy.
Well, we're supposed to have a NEO Surveyor booth.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So...
No, it's okay. We will find somebody else to run the stratigraphy in a jar booth. It'll probably be Sora Graciano. Sorry, Sora.
We love Sora.
I know, I love Sora, but yeah, this is on them now, my undergrad co-president. Well, yes, thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun, and I'm so happy to get to see you again and to spend the next year together.
Yes, thank you.
And with that, never stop exploring.